Mm-hmm. Just said you connected. You're fine. I hope.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the first match of Killing Spree here on Neo Dota. I am Maut. With me tonight is Painted Gold. It is going to be Team Liquid versus Team Dignitas in a best of 3 series. Already getting into the ban phase real quick. But Paint, how are you doing tonight?
10 seconds remaining.
Absolutely. And Liquid Dignitas, and I mean, all of these teams really, when you think about, have the potential to be really big rivals. Even Fnatic to a certain extent. I mean, once you play teams more than once here in this type of format, we're going to see some, I think, crazy games happen here. Already jumping into the pick ban phase, we're going to see Undying banned out first from Dignitas, Darkseer as well. On the side of Liquid, we're going to see a Magnus ban, and one more to go in just a moment. So pretty standard bans for the side of Dignitas, nothing too crazy. And waiting for that second ban on the side of Liquid. Do you think we'll see something like a Nyx Assassin, perhaps, if it doesn't get banned out here from the side of Liquid?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about that with Tiny, and man, 2000 playing that Tiny so effectively recently, and we'll have to see what they decide to go for here. It's going to be the reserve time for the side of Team Liquid. I want to wait and think about what they want to ban out here, and they're taking their time, and that's absolutely true as well. And that hero can be very frustrating. In fact, they will go that route with the Batrider ban. You called it right before. And boom, there is the Nyx Assassin from the side of Team Dignitas, and 2 more picks coming up on the side of Team Liquid here real quick. So already Nyx Assassin going to be going to the side of Dignitas. Now, I'd imagine this is probably going to be a support Nyx Assassin, but we've seen him played mid occasionally. Do you think PM sent mid, or do you think it'll probably be a tri-lane with Nyx Assassin in there?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Absolutely.
Reserve time.
Yeah, I mean, and he's just setting up stuns. I mean, and just his mana burn just causing issues all along that lane. It's just going to be really interesting to see who they lane him with and how it's going to work out. I think that could be a really great tri lane, and could work well. And Keeper of the Light will be picked up from the side of Team Liquid, and this is probably going to be a Codal played by IX Mike, who plays it all the time, I'd have to imagine. It's a very strong hero, one of the strongest supports in the game right now, I think, and just because you could just spam that Chakra Magic, and if they want to go for something like a Phantom Lancer, they could, but instead they're going to go for a Nyx pickup here, which is also very interesting. So,
10 seconds remaining.
Josh, you gotta turn on your mic in Dota TV, apparently.
5 seconds remaining.
They can't hear you for whatever reason. Of course, these are some technical difficulties that happen all the time, trust me. Dota TV never wants to work for me. But Dignitas now getting in the reserve time here for their pickups. And you talk about Lifestealer pickup, and very strong pickup there.
Reserve time.
Yeah, you talk about that rage. I mean, that 6-second magic immunity at the highest level is just so nice. And we talked about Wisp and Tiny, and you were talking about it earlier in that ban phase. And And of course, the Wisp doesn't get banned out, and there it is, the Tiny Wisp combo from Dignitas. So, playing their style of gameplay, and it looks like Team Liquid's not really afraid of it, so very interesting pickup.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Shadow Demon.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Nervous? I mean,
Dire team ban.
yeah. I think that it might only be for the ban phase. Um, it's
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
caster, so
Radiant team ban.
I should be able to hear you now. Jumping back in, sorry about the delays and the technical issues, guys. That's my apologies. And looking at the bans real quick, once again, you see the Bounty Hunter ban, the Brewmaster ban from the side of Team Liquid. On the side of Team Dignitas, we've got the Enigma ban as well as the Storm Spirit ban to finish it off. So one more ban here from the side of Liquid. You think about heroes, pretty much both teams need a mid hero if you look at it, I think. So you do see a lot of mid heroes getting banned out here. Storm is one that I would not expect to see banned. Of course, Brewmaster sometimes heads mid there. And we're going to jump into the last ban real quick. Two more bans, or one more ban to go, and then jumping in the picks.
Queen of Pain.
Dire team pick.
What do you think about the Templar Assassin with either against the Queen of Pain or just in general without that Bat Rider in play? Do you think the Templar Assassin could have been a good pickup there?
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Sorry guys, we are working on getting the audio fixed as soon as possible.
10
Just hang
seconds
tight,
remaining.
and we'll be back in a minute.
Windrunner at your service.
Radiant
Absolutely.
team pick.
Could be interesting. Good pickup there from the side of Liquid. Not sure what they're going to do with this. This could be probably an off-lane pickup here for the Windrunner. Could send it mid. You could do a whole lot with that Windrunner. But I mean, the way they've got it now, I'd imagine it's going to be a tri-lane with Lifestealer, Keeper of the Light, and Shadow Demon. Send that Windrunner to the off-lane and then pick up a mid-hero for that last pickup. Or you can even send it mid. But we will have to wait to see that last pickup. Do you think that Liquid will pick up a mid with the last pick?
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
I unmuted my co-broadcasters, and I think that... Alright. Okay. Jumping back in here, we're going to get a Bane pickup from the side of Dignitas. Very interesting pickup there. And finally, Liquid will get one more. So that support from the side of Bane. It'd be very interesting how that's going to go. So you think about the lanes and the way they're going to work here. I think it's going to be... I don't know how this is actually going to work because Nyx Assassin, Tiny, and Wisp would be a tri-lane, and then you could do Bane, Wisp, Tiny, and a tri-lane. So I'm not sure where they're going to send who. Queen of Pain, I'm assuming, is going to go mid. Then again, Queen of Pain actually could go off lane. You could send somebody like, you know,
5 seconds.
Nyx Assassin mid, and then you could send Bane, Wisp, Tiny into a lane together. I think that makes probably the most sense here, but I'm going to reserve judgment until we actually get into the game. We do have one more pick here. The reserve time is down to 2 seconds. They need to pick something quickly. What's it going to be? A Weaver pickup, which we've seen TC play a lot of the time. So we're going to jump into the game real quick and see where they're going to send everything. And I'm interested to see what's actually going to happen here because you think about the side of Team Liquid, you've got that nice semi-carry on the side of Lifestealer. He can get that farm pretty quickly, do a lot of damage. Weaver takes a little bit more farm, obviously, later on into that game. But I think against something like the Tiny, that could be a difficult time. However, Lifestealer with that Rage against that Avalanche, that Toss combo especially, Lifestealer could be okay in that scenario. I think that Team Liquid has a pretty good pushing presence just because of that Illuminate from Keep of the Light, whereas Dignitas is a very strong lockdown team. If you think about the lockdown they've got, especially with Bane, with Nyx Assassin, with Tiny, Queen of Pain even to a certain extent. So we're going to jump into the game as soon as we wait for the last 2 picks from the side of Liquid.
5 seconds remaining.
I've got your bubble. I see your bubble in the game, Paint, so you should be okay. I don't see why you wouldn't be. But
Prepare for battle.
hoping everything's going okay. On the side. Alright. Well, jumping into the game in the meantime, we're going to have on the side of Liquid, Korok up on the Lifestealer. Going to see IX Mike on the Keeper of the Light. CC will be on the Windrunner, surprisingly enough. Fluff will be on the Shadow Demon. And finally, Bobo will be on the Weaver. So, a little bit different than I expected to see. And heading over to Dignitas, we're going to see AUI 2000 on the Tiny, unsurprisingly. Tides of Time will be on the Wisp. We're going to see Way Too Sexy on the Bane. Universe on the Nyx Assassin. And finally, Fogged will be on the Queen of Pain. So, actually might see some early aggression here from both teams. They're thinking about going. It's a 5-man gang train coming from the side of Liquid. And now they're going to back off, it looks like, for the time being. And that's it, because Fogged wasn't there. I don't think that Dignitas wanted to fight that. Yeah, I'm not sure what the problem is. If you somehow hear an update that you're good to go, let me know. Just jump right in and just say that you're good to go.
The battle begins.
I want to make sure that you can be here for this cast as well. Once again, thank you for joining us here on Neo Dota. This is Dignitas versus Team Liquid. This is the first game of a best-of-3 series here. Thanks for joining us tonight. I apologize for any technical difficulties that we're having. This is something new that we're trying out, regardless. Looks like we're going to see a dual lane here up in the top lane with AUI 2000 as well as the Wisp. mid, we're going to see that Queen of Pain. Down in the bottom lane, it's going to be a dual lane with Nyx as well as Bane. So interesting that we don't see a tri-lane. This is like the first time in quite a long time that I've seen dual and then a solo mid and then dual. So very interesting there. It's going to be solo Bulba up here in the top lane against AUI as well as the Wisp. And they might try to be aggressive early on. We'll have to see what happens. Of course, TC in that mid lane. I was talking about that earlier. Then a tri-lane with Fluff, with Korok, as well as with IX Mike. And so this could be a very strong aggressive tri-lane against this dual lane. However, with that mana burn, once he gets level 2, once Universe is able to hit level 2, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. But, of course, IX Mike does have that Chakra Magic at level 2 as well, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that. And Bulb up in the top lane taking a bit of damage right now, but he's going to Shikuchi and deal a bit of damage as well. And Tyzer's just going to use that tether right onto AUI 2000, make sure that they get their health back up a little bit. Looking at the farm right now, surprisingly enough, TC is actually doing the best in the mid lane right now with 5 last hits. Is actually tied with the Queen of Pain, so relatively even early on. Not a whole lot going on. Looking at the ward placement, some nice wards being placed here for both teams. Way too sexy. Thinking about pulling, in fact, to do so. He's going to try to chain pull this from the other camp here, the mid camp you can see. Both Alpha Wolf camps. This will allow the lane to push in, and actually they could be a little bit aggressive here, but seeing how Fluff actually rotated up to the top lane, realizing that this is in fact a dual lane up here, so he says, okay, well then I'm just going to rotate here and also make this a dual lane. So sort of conforming to Dignitas' playstyle right now is the side of Liquid, realizing they're not going to get a whole lot done in this lane, and so they do rotate out. At least they rotate Fluff for the time being. He might rotate back in once he gets some levels. Might go for a gank. 9 last hits for both TC as well as Korok. And meanwhile, actually going to get a courier kill is TC in the mid lane. So nice job to pick that off. Excellent stuff. And in the mid lane right now, we're going to see Fogged. Just pick up an illusion rune. He's going to bottle it up. And TC is going to take some of his own bottle charges. Might have to crow because he did not get that rune. You can see that the courier is coming with boots right now, so he will probably look to crow. Top lane, you can see AUI 2000 is getting about 10 less hits, 11 for Flogged in the mid lane right now. Still, Liquid is leading the way in that regard. However, not by a whole lot. It's only 2:50 into the game, so. Not a whole lot going on right now. Pretty passive game, and the reason why I think is because, of course, there's really no aggressive tri-lanes or just tri-lanes in general. It's a dual, mid-dual, so surprising that we see this, and I didn't think we'd see this type of play happening. I would assume that there would have been some sort of tri-lane, and Liquid tried it, but it didn't work out, so at least for the time being, they might try to rotate somebody down there and see if it does work out, but TC now in the mid lane, he's going to just pop up his battle charges after that Crow did bring his bottle back to him, so Paint is back. I heard you a little bit in game there just a second, but I'm not sure if the rest of us will be able to hear you. I'm not sure if that's a... Yes, I can hear you. Okay, well, Bulba up here in the top lane, doing okay. Gets 13 last hits right now. 22 for Korok in the bottom lane. He's got some nice farm. We'll have to see what he goes for. He's got his treads right now. Queen of Pain, Fog, not far behind with 18. AUI 2000 only getting 13 last hits right now, as you can see. He's having a rather tough time up here in this top lane, not getting the farm that he necessarily wants. Fluff's doing a good job of sort of zoning this out with his Shadow Poison as well. Gonna try to make sure that they don't steal any of these last hits. No kills going just yet, no first blood. Queen of Pain is actually back healing up, and the well is going to take back to the mid lane right now. I was wondering where Fog was, but TC is going to be taking some damage here. There's going to be a Scream of Pain as well as the Shadow Strike coming in. He's taking more right clicks in. He's going to wind run away, and he should be okay. He's still got bottle charges to go. He can pop them up as soon as that Shadow Strike is done. Bottom lane, we see Korok backing off here. And lane is getting pressured just a little bit. And TC still taking a bit of damage. There goes the bottle charges right now. He's not going to want to go down to that Shadow Strike. Of course, Scream of Pain dealing a lot of the damage there, which was level 3 Scream of Pain. Sonic Wave will be up soon once Fog does hit level 6, but that is not yet, obviously. IX Mike doing a bit of damage with, of course, that Illuminate. Meanwhile, there's going to be a Rage opening up on Universe down in the bottom lane. No open wounds, I don't think, to follow up from Korok. Not yet, anyway. So, level 4 for him. IX Mike at level 3 right now. So, everybody's still getting some sort of experience right now. Actually, Mike just got to 4. And still level 3 is Wisp and Bane, the 2 supports right now. Mid lane, we see TC taking a bit of damage. Courier coming dangerously close to him again, but TC will back off. He's got no bottle charges. He might actually have to head back home, which he did earlier on. Or, I should say, the Queen of Pain did earlier on. Looking at Fluff right now, he's going to rotate back, thinking about pulling, and looks like he will do so again, allowing Bulba to get even more from him. He's at 22 last hits right now. Illuminate's going to fly out as well, going to try to push this lane for the time being. And a wraparound gank might be coming from the side of Tides of Time as well as AUI 2000, so we're going to have to see what happens.
Not gonna happen.
Shackle shot flying, hitting on Fog. Right now he's taking a bit of damage, but TC now in some trouble, realizing the avalanche is going to come off. There's no wind run available. There's the toss. TC now might go down. That is going to be first blood, and AUI 2000 will take it up there. So nice job from the side of Dignitas roaming in. And Fog staying in there, barely surviving essentially against TC, especially with that Shackle Shot. Fluff now rotating in at a bad time. There's going to be an avalanche. Nice disruption going in, but Fluff now in some trouble. The Spirit's doing a bit of damage. Aui's not going to chase this, though, I don't think. And now rotation coming in from Bulba. Fluff might go for it, and there's Shadow Poison flying out as well. And that might be the end of the aggression. They might want to go on Tides. He's going to take some damage. The Shadow Poison doing more damage, and Bulba going to get one more last hit, and that will be a kill. No! Oh, yes, just barely. I thought for sure that he was going to get away with that tether, but was not able to do so. And
okay.
Stuff. Are you back?
Yeah, people could hear me in game. I would suggest continuing to solo cast because I don't think the stream can hear me, and that's much more important.
I agree. I definitely agree. We'll try to figure that out, hopefully, and see if that does work. We're going to have... So 1 for 1 right now is the trade early on. 735. Let's check the graphs real quick. 1,000 in experience right now, heading the side of the Dire. Gold's about 1,500, so Liquid doing okay for themselves, and a lot of that going on the shoulders of Korok with 40 last hits. He's going to be going for Bracer pretty quickly, I'd have to say. Might be going for something like Drum. We'll have to see what happens. TC going to grab a double damage room. He's going to head back to the mid lane. Fog doesn't have too much mana left right now. In fact, not enough for a Sonic Wave, but his bottle did crow back to him, and there he is. And so he's going to actually take up an Illusion Rune up in the top rune spot, and he'll grab that. And TC, of course, popping his own DD rune, and they're going to continue to try to CS right now. And Korok now sitting almost at level 6 with the invest.
He's farming very well.
Absolutely. At 822, 43 CS is pretty nice, I'd have to say. So, they're thinking about maybe going on a wraparound gank here on Universe, one of the tougher heroes to gank, especially since he has Vendetta right now. He's in fact going to Vendetta away. Korok realizes this and will back off immediately, so he doesn't take too much tower damage, but nice try nonetheless from the side of Liquid there. If they had sentries, of course, that might have been a little easier. In fact, Mike is going to pop one down. He's going to show Universe that sentry ward placement. You might have seen it. I'm not sure.
Oh, I think I can talk now. I think I can talk now.
Okay, excellent.
Yes, okay, so I'm back. Yeah, so overall, this game, both teams decided to offensive dual lane. Well, it was just dual lanes against dual lanes. And it went much better for Liquid than it did for Dignitas. Like, Korok pretty much free farmed as an ace, whereas AUI had, he struggled a lot more, and he's sitting at 30 CS, while Korok is sitting at 46. So it's paying off for Liquid quite a bit. Where
Absolutely.
Bulba also got the free farm top, pretty much. He has 43 CS this early on. So Liquid's lanes are, I feel like they're paying off more than Dignitas right now.
Yeah, it was an interesting choice to send that dual lane up into the top lane with that Wisp and that Tiny, and I thought it was interesting, and of course Fluff rotated very early on to make sure that it went well for Bulba, and absolutely did. Meanwhile, though, there might be some aggression mid. There's going to be an initiation on TC to Shadow Strike the Impale as well. Nice disruption coming in from Fluff to save his life. TC should be okay for the time being, and that's going to be the end of that gank.
And we see Wisp is level 4. I haven't paid much attention to this game. I've been trying to fix my audio issues all game. But Wisp is level 4 right now. It's 10 minutes in the game. Usually you want around a level 6 Wisp. But we'll have to see how that goes. Tiny, level 6. He's doing alright himself. I'm just catching up myself as well.
Understandable. You've been fiddling around with a lot of things, and I have to say it must have been very frustrating, but you're back now, and that's all that matters. And so, in the game, it's still 1-1 in terms of the score, 10-38. And looking at the graphs again, experience is still about 1,500 for Dire, for Liquid, and 2,000 in terms of gold lead. But now, AUI 2000 is all alone down here in the bottom lane. Korok is with some friends. Smoked up is Fluff here. IX Mike is not, but Fluff could go in with that disruption to start things off, or Korok could open wound. We'll have to see what it actually happens here. Rotating is actually tides of time, and he might get caught out immediately. In fact, he will do so. Fluff is going to say, there's a guy right here, let's go on him. In fact, we'll disrupt him there. He's going to Shadow Poison as well as the Soul Catcher. The Illuminate's going to fly, he's barely going to hit, and now he's going to try to make sure that they have to dive for this kill, and Korok really wants it, as you can see. Thinking about diving, he's taking a lot of the tower damage, and now they're actually going to back off. Rotating in on the backside, he's going to be fogged. Thinking about going. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Bane is going to get a solo kill here, actually, a dual kill, I should say, on the Weaver. But I want to keep our attention focused on bottom.
He used Grip, and Vendetta was used by NA as well. Bulb really had nothing that he could do there. NA just came in with Vendetta stunned, then Bane gripped him, and Tides of Time is getting gone on by the Nakes right now. But beautiful tether.
Oh, Fluff is so low. The Illuminate's doing a ton of damage, but Mike and Fluff need to get out right now. And Fluff somehow barely surviving. No, he will go down to the toss from AUI 2000. That might be the end of the aggression. 1-for-1 trade. Sonic Wave was used in the backside. Fog not getting the kill there. And there's going to be the Rage as well. Open wounds might follow. Korok trying to do some damage to Way Too Sexy. Meanwhile, Korok is all alone, though, right now. Here on the backside is Bulba, though. Fog is going to just blink away. Now AUI 2000 is in some trouble as Bulba's trying to focus him down, and Way Too Sexy. They want something. They want anything. There's a toss coming in on Bulba doing a ton of damage. Korok trying to go, and that's going to be the end of the aggression. Time lapse is going to be used for Bulba, and that should be it right there. And good engagement on the side of Dignitas, picking up a few kills there.
TC and Korok kind of ran in, and I'm not sure what their game plan was there. They realized that the Bane needed to die, but the quad was also super low. So they started focusing the Bane, but they got TC got comboed by the Tiny instantly and died.
Oh, Korok in the bottom lane is going to get bended out. He's also going to Avalanche. He's going to try to rage away, but that's going to be it. So now, Dignitas is picking up a lot of kills.
It's going quite well. And Korok's their one hero. He's supposed to be getting the most farm. Although they do have a Weaver as well, who's farming very well. But a death on Korok hurts.
Yeah. He does want to be getting that most of that farm. I know, mid lane, disruption. I didn't mean to cut you off, sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, and AUI, he's 3-0 right now, so he's really building up a good lead on Tiny. And in the later stages, like, Tiny is very, very strong against Nakes. He just does... It can go both ways, but Tiny, the way he builds is he just builds into a Scepter, then he builds, like, a crit and AC, and it's just a lot of damage. And it's almost too much for Nakes to handle, so late game I give the advantage to... and he also builds up a lot faster with a Wisp, especially. He can farm the map anywhere, he can go for kills anywhere, and Overpower will give the advantage late game, or Overcharge will give the advantage, and Mike just gets gone on by Fogged and AUI and dies instantly. Korok has to rage away.
Yeah, and that's more money going to the side of AUI 2000 right now. So 6-2 for the side of Dignitas. And while this wasn't working earlier on in the game, now it looks like Dignitas is finding their momentum here, and they're starting to get a few kills, and it's starting to go their way a little bit. Universe up in the top lane has got his Staff of Wizardry. Oh, Recall is going to be coming in. Fluff sees this. He's going to try to get out. He's going to get Fiend's Grip, though, and that's going to be the end of his life, with Bane getting a kill there with that Fiend's Grip. And now TC is going to try to wind run away, and he's going to just stay behind this tower. Shackle Shot going to latch on Way Too Sexy, but here comes everybody else for the side of the Dire. Meanwhile, Korok and Bulba are going to rotate in. Way Too Sexy is going to get out. No, Korok does get the kill somehow.
So close. That was a great play from Dignitas right there. NA as well as Bane TP'd out as soon as Wisp Recall was back, because they got up there by using Relocate with Tiny and Wisp, and they realized that both of them were going to be left alone soon, so they both TP'd instantly, and he was so close to getting away. The Bane, Way Too Sexy, was so close to getting away, and they both TP'd at the same time, and he unfortunately didn't make it, but Universe did on the Nerubian Assassin, and he's fended at the top right now, and
yeah,
he's looking to go on TC.
Oh, TC. He's going to get impaled right now. TC might go down. Fogged is going to take that kill. Korok trying to get out of there with his rage, trying to do some damage as Fogged as well, and the Universe is going to back off, realizing they can't kill Korok just yet. Meanwhile, actually, AUI 2000 going down to the bottom lane with Fluff getting the kill there with a little bit of help from the side of Bulba. So, interesting that we're seeing a lot of different ganks happening right now. And I gotta say, looking at the graph, I want to see who is actually in the lead right now. In fact, Dignitas has the lead in terms of experience, gold, as well as pretty much even at this point. So, while they were having a rough time, Dignitas was earlier on with that gold chart. You know, now they're sort of getting their kills. They're getting what they need for Tiny to get some farm here. And if they keep this up, they could certainly get him some items, and that could be a tough time for Liquid in the mid game.
I was just tapping out, checking my Skype messages because people are telling me that they can hear me now, which is good. And yeah, that was a key kill from Fluff and Bulba. They ganked the Tiny bottom lane, and they ended his pretty much free farm, and well, he's not free farming, but they ended his killing spree, which was much needed for them.
Absolutely, that is pretty important. And I completely understand tapping out in the middle of the cast. I mean, especially with the trouble that you've had, and it's frustrating sometimes. Dota TV doesn't want to work for us, so it's working now though. Thank God for that. So you're back with us here, and once again, this is game number 1, best of 3 series here between Team Liquid and Dignitas. Of course, I am Maut. With me is PAINTITGOLD.
So anyways, we should go over items real quick while it's paused. We haven't really been over items this game, but Fogged, he has a Staff of Wizardry. He's going to be looking to build up into the Necro Book, and that's very good against Nake's low mana pool, and it also provides True Sight so that Nerubian Weaver can be seen. It's going to be a good item this game. Also, he can look for solo kills on a lot of heroes this game with that, such as Coddle maybe, and even burning Nake's mana so he can't rage is always a plus. We also have Universe right below him, who's disconnected. He's really farmed himself. He's 0-0-4, and he has 35 CS. Not that much farm, but he's had a real map presence throughout this game with his ganks. And he has a Staff of Wizardry, so it's going to be interesting to see if he goes for the Necro Book or Dagon. I think he's going to be going for the Dagon this game. But he could go for a book, and 2 books against a Nags will pretty much ensure that he doesn't have mana to do anything, and it could be really beneficial. I'd actually like to see a book out of him.
And that could be very interesting. Something we'll have to keep our eye on, certainly. And yeah, I mean, the Necrobook, I think, definitely a smart pickup if they decide to go that route. On the side of Liquid, though, looking at their items, they don't have a whole lot going for them right now in terms of really core items, or there's not a whole lot that you could see what they're building towards. I mean, you see that Korok does have that drum finished up. He does have his treads as well. Phase Boots up on TC. There is Tranks, as well as the Ultimate Orb for Bulba, as well as the Ring of Basileia. So with that Ultimate Orb, I imagine it might be a Lincoln Sphere, but you never know. So
yeah. I'm not sure if a Lincoln Spear is going to win them this game. A Lincoln Spear doesn't really give him that much. He might be going a Manta, but even so, that doesn't give him that much against a Tiny who's going to have a Scepter looking at like 24 minutes, I'd say. He's actually not as farmed as we've said he is. He only has a Point Booster Treads, Magic Wand, and that's it for now.
Yeah, that's true. So, I mean, there's still time to shut this Tiny down if they can do so, but in fact, they're actually going to try to take this Tier 1 tower down here in the bottom lane. They will do so. Bulba will get that last hit, so good stuff there. AUI 2000 finishing up his Ogre Club, so he's just a few more components away from getting that Aghanim Scepter. It'll be a pretty important pickup. I mean, he already hits like a truck, and so with that Aghanim Scepter, it'll be even scarier, I'd imagine, with that tree in his arm. So we'll see how that goes out for him, but now we see Liquid trying to farm bottom lane here. Only 2 heroes here for the side of Dignitas. And now roaming to the top lane for a smoke gank is Dignitas. They're going to try to catch out Korok here, who is sitting nice in the jungle snug. He might get caught out,
and they know
however.
He's sitting there as well. They have a ward behind the tower top, and they saw him cut into the tower and go there. So, and we have way too sexy porting bottom right now. It seems like he wants to get a response on the Wisp, who relocated to the well apparently to save Tiny, I would assume. I missed the action there.
Yeah, I did not catch that either, but they're back. None. We didn't miss any kills, it seems like, so. Rotating back up is now we see a TP coming in from the side of Bulba, and they're going to maybe try to push this tower a little bit. Korak is here alone for the time being, but rotating in also is IX Mike. There's 2 mid in this side of Dignitas, and of course Fog is top. Fog taking a bit of damage. He's going to blink onto the other side of the map, or excuse me, onto the other side of the lane here.
Great blink. I don't think he would have died either way. It was just some harassing, getting him out of the lane. But it looks like Dignitas.
Oh, there's the initiation with the Impale and the Sonic Wave just to finish it all off. Nice initiation coming in from the side of Universe as well as Fog getting that kill.
Yeah,
So
NA
was
is
really
just
great.
such a great hero against heroes like Weaver and Nakes. Weaver more so, but if you can hit the Vendetta, then get the stun off, or even stun before Nakes rages and just take him down, then it's really crucial to the fight.
Oh, Fiend's grip on IX Mike now. He's in some trouble. He's going to use his Illuminate, but nice timing from Universe.
No, he actually missed his stun. He missed the stun on the grips unit. He stunned him where he was running, so he wasn't sure if he was going to grip or not. But they get the kill, so it's no problem. And Liquid looks to be pressuring mid tower right now.
Yeah, they're going to try to take this down. There's no glyph available. I don't think there's going to be any response from the side of Dignitas. Will it go down is the question. It looks like it will. One more right click should do the job. In fact, it will go down. TC's going to get Nightmare.
Relocate.
But the relocate, like you said, Aui's going to get the kill immediately on the side of Fluff. He'll buy right back, though. Bulba's going to go in, doing some Shikuchi damage right now, trying to get the kill. Tide's very low. He's going to get the kill. Bulba's going to take that one. Aui's on the back foot right now, trying to get out of there. Shikuchi doing minimal damage right now to the AUI, but that's going to be the end of that. They're going to take the tower, get the kill. Fluff will buy right back. Not necessary, though, I don't know, for that buyback from the side of Fluff.
He was thinking that it was going to evolve into like a full-scale fight, but it didn't end up evolving into something like that. But in the end, they just trade one support for one support, and Tiny picks up the kill, I believe. So that's good for them. They really need this Tiny to get fed.
Absolutely. Now it looks like it's going to be 5 heroes up in the top lane for the side of Liquid. And we were talking about the Linked Sphere, and that will be the choice for the side of Weavers, so.
And AUI just picked up a Scepter, and Fog actually has a Necro Book too right now as well. If he can get the mana burn off on Nakes, that's going to be really crucial in these fights, because Nakes has such a small mana pool.
And the tower will go down the top lane, but talking about that Necrobook, and it was actually also finished up Necrobook 1 on the side of the Nyx Assassin, so they've got 2 Necrobooks, one of them is the 2nd level, so this is going to be pretty interesting to see how they put that to good use. And now, of course, Tiny does finish up that Aghanim Scepter. You can see he's carrying that tree around. It's still only level 1 with the Grow, which looks kind of ridiculous, but still pretty effective.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's totally effective. On the other side, Liquid, I hear a relocate going on. And it looks like Liquid wants to ninja Roshan? IX Mike just ported TC into the Roshan, yeah, but they can't do it with only 2 of them. They just want to defend mid tower, and Fog picks it up with his Necro 2, and Fog is getting increasingly richer. He has his Necro Book 3 in 20 minutes. That bodes really well for Dignitas.
Yeah. And it's surprising, too. I mean, I thought at this point Dignitas would have a lead in gold, but they don't. And now Universe is actually going to get open wounds up, but he'll back off just fine. But yeah, it's actually a 500 gold lead right now for Liquid, so it's still pretty even. However, I thought at this point Dignitas would have the lead, but of course the tower is going down for the side of Liquid, giving them that extra gold. Always nice to have.
There was actually Sentry Ward in the mid, and Universe now knows that they might even Sentry counter, because there's an Obs up on the hill as well. But
oh, the Impale on TC barely missed a thing from the side of him, and Universe is going to chase him out, and then now he's going to head down back into the river looking for the rune, which has actually already been taken by him. What am I talking about? AUI 2000 continuing to farm the jungle right now, has his Aghanim Scepter. And you said he likes to go AC after, usually?
He goes crit a lot of the time, because what Tide to Time does on his Wisp is he gets overcharge early, giving him the attack speed. So he doesn't really, he said this in Mad before, and he said this in interviews before, he likes to go the crit after for a lot of damage, because he has the overcharge attack speed coming out, and he doesn't really find AC necessary at that point.
Gotcha.
He just farmed a giant stack, and he's getting quite rich himself.
1,600 gold in the bank for him. He can pick up that Chrysalis pretty soon if he wants it, so we'll have to see if that is the choice for him. Meanwhile, pretty much a lot of Liquid heroes in the jungle right now. See, heading bottom is TC looking to get some farm. He's actually got a Shadow Blade on that Wind Rudder. It's an interesting build that I haven't seen too much of, but certainly can work.
I would say that's a questionable choice. Usually you see the Shadow Blade coming out in a game where you're much more in control, but he might be getting it just to counter like the Wisp support, and even so, like it doesn't really bode all that well against an NA gank. So I don't know. I'm not sure if I like this. The alternative would be a force, I suppose.
Which is like the standard.
Yeah, 600 gold difference.
Meanwhile,
But
Universe
it does
in the
give
top
more
lane.
right click damage.
Oh.
So.
Might be initiation coming on the Universe right now. He's going to be taking some open wounds from the side of Korok. Korok trying to right-click him down. The Illuminate will finish him off by a lot. Quid of Pain going to take the tower. Now there might be a big fight. AUI is here. Korok taking a bunch of damage. Fiend's Grip is up on Korok as well. He will go down right now. 2-for-2 trade. TC going to take some damage from the toss. AUI 2000 still chasing. There's going to be a time lapse from the side of Bulba. Buyback coming in from the side of Korok. He's going to try to get in there. AUI 2000 with an ultra kill right now. He's just going pretty much hard in the paint. Way too sexy. Going to take some damage from Korok. Sonic Wave on the backside. Going to get one kill. Korok is all alone. Looking to go on Way Too Sexy. He's going to get him. AUI 2000 right now. Trying to chase after Korok. There's going to be the avalanche. Toss might be coming. There's going to be a toss coming in from Fogged right now. Open Wound's going as well. He's got Rage in one. He can use it. Might try to go on Fogged. Fog has enough to blink away if necessary. Will do so. AUI 2000 now thinking about backing up as well. And Korok's like, well, wait a second. Maybe I can go here. And he did have to buy back for that. There's the PP coming in, and Korok cannot stop that. So, interesting. Very interesting fight.
Yeah, that definitely went way in the lead for Dignitas. AUI picked up a couple kills, 2 I believe, and they really need that tiny fed, so that's great. They would have got the kill on the Nyx as well if if Fog didn't blink in front of the tiny when he was trying to toss Nyx. AUI was positioning himself so that he could toss a Nyx, and Fog blinked in at that time, so a misplay from him. A bit of a misplay.
Still, regardless, though, I mean, you think about what they got. I mean, an ultra kill for Tiny is a nice thing to have. I mean, like, he's got to have some pretty good farm now. I mean, yeah, he's got his Chrysalis up. He's got his Daedalus recipe going on, so he's feeling pretty good about life right now, I'd have to say. Oh,
yeah, Fog played that team fight fantastically. Ooh.
Nice
Those Necrobooks are just doing work right now.
Yeah, they are. They're doing a lot of damage. Fog going to come in with that Scream of Pain. Going to get the kill on TC. Toss coming in at a fluff right now. He's going to go down. IXMech trying to get out. Fog is going to go in with the Scream of Pain. Trying to get the kill on Mike. Fiend's Grip on Korok again. Korok in some trouble. Bulba's there on the backside. The Impale going to hit up on Korok. He's going to infest right away. Korok trying to get out. There's a toss on the backside. Korok desperately trying to get out. He's so low in health. He's got 10 HP right now. He's got to put his armlet on. There's going to be a Shadow Strike. He's going to rage that off, and he's somehow going to survive. On the backside, Weaver is actually going to get a kill on the side of Way Too Sexy, and in fact on the Queen of Pain. So he's going to keep going right now. He's thinking about it, but no, he's all alone. So still, the Dignitas is going to take that fight 2-3. Oh, Bulba.
Yeah, and I mean, Weaver doesn't really do that much in these team fights right now. Ooh. He gets carried by the bug. Well,
he does have his Lincolns though, so I mean he's got that sort of, he's just a little bit more defensive item pickup, and he needs, like you said, I think he doesn't do much. I think an offensive item, some sort of damaging item would do a little bit more for him right now. He's not really providing a whole lot of damage. Of course, he did get that kill in that fight though, which is nice, and they picked up something out of nothing essentially in that fight there.
But the Tiny is now sitting on 9-1. He's 600 gold off his Daedalus, and that's when a lot of trouble comes the way of Liquid. He's just going to be able to crit, and they're trying to sneak at Roche right now, and I think they're going to be successful, no doubt, because Dignitas has no wards up on the map right now, actually.
Yeah,
but Universe is sending his Necrobook.
Yep. They will see that this is happening, and they need to get in there quickly if they want to try to contest this. They don't have, they can relocate in actually with AUI 2000 and tie if they want to, and they'd have to do it quickly. Way Too Sexy is going to try to get shackled up, not going to happen. There's going to be the Blinding Light as well. Like, Steeler going to pick up the Aegis in the meantime. AUI 2000 is going to get recalled in, relocate, excuse me, taking a bit of damage from Korok right now. Nice Impale coming in. Tides is going to go down first. Bane's also down to the backside right now. If they can get more here, they could be in a good position. Fog going to get shackled. Now he's going to get hit up with that armlet, and Korok just doing so much damage. Going to get another kill there. And so, a big pickup for Liquid, being able to get that Roshan and 3 kills in the process, not losing anybody.
Big turnaround for Liquid for sure. Fog just died twice consecutively in a row. That's gonna, like, he had a lot of momentum going on throughout the game, and his momentum is just slowly, like, dying off. Liquid going for that Roshan play, and the overall fight in Roshan was just really key for them to come back in this, and
It's going to provide them some gold too. You think about I mean, if you look at the gold graph, it's actually heading pretty much drastically back down to 0 again. So, and after that tower, it should be right around 0. In fact, it's now going 1,000 in favor of the side of Liquid. So, back and forth game right now. Experience also at 0. And Liquid is certainly nowhere near out of this yet. In fact, that's a nice comeback for them. But now Tiny does have his Daedalus. That's going to be a bit of damage. And with an already tanky and damage dealing hero, that could be pretty scary to deal with.
Yeah, the problem is right now AUI, he's living in these fights, but the Wisp is pretty much dying instantly, so he's not really getting the overcharge buff that he needs for the attack speed with this build. And it's kind of falling through for him. Oh, but 900 crit right there decimates the creep wave.
Just absolutely obliterates it, and he's like, alright, let's keep moving, let's just keep farming these creep waves, and it's what's so great about that Tiny Cleaves, and very nice. So with that Daedalus, he's able just to farm so effectively, just punches those creeps in the face and essentially just takes their gold from them. So now we're going to see Dignitas sort of group up around their own jungle.
Yeah, I mean, Dignitas, they were really successful in ganks early game, but it's kind of died off. NA isn't farming since early game really much at all, but he's not getting kills either, because not complexity, lol. Liquid has really been tight with their sentry wards. They've had sentry wards all over the map. Like, this Nyx has been constantly denied Vendetta ganks because of how many sentry wards Liquid has been buying. And you can see that Dignitas is kind of playing on their half of the map, and they kind of fear stuff. As for item pickups, like Bulba, he's playing Weaver, and he now has a Demon Edge. He has 1,500 gold in the bank, so he's looking at an MKB soon, and that's good for Liquid.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot more damage.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. They could certainly use that TC right now with actually a Helm of the Dominator on him, so getting that well and able to dominate creeps, and it's going to try to maybe take these Ancients for the time being, not going to stack them up first or anything like that, just going to take them. Bulba's going to rotate in as well.
TC's extremely weak right now too. If they get to focus him, he only has 1,000 health, and like he can die in a combo pretty much with the build he's going. He has Shadow Blade, lots of damage with the Helm of Dominator, but he dies very easily if he can get focused. So he has to watch his positioning right now. Absolutely.
Now, checking out actually the hero chart or the hero level chart real quick, you think about. Bulba's actually level 18 right now, surprisingly. I thought it would be a little bit closer, but he's actually leading by 2 levels, and so Bulba has a nice lead in terms of that. And once he gets his MKB too, he'll be providing a lot of damage for his team, which is nice. Everyone else is right around 16, 14, and then it sort of drops off from there, as you can see. Smoke on the side of Way Too Sexy, as well as the Nyx Assassin from Universe. So, but everybody is grouped up here for Liquid, so they're kind of ready and prepared for this, except for Korok, who's heading out a little bit further. He's got his Basher, by the way.
Yeah, and he also has a Helmet Dominator. I'm not so sure about that choice. Right now, he's just been getting gripped in the fights and dying pretty much, other than the Roche fight. But he's sitting on 4-on-2, and he has 173 creep kills, so he's farming quite well. Going into the late game, like, I think Liquid has an advantage. As strong as, like, Tiny Wisp is, Wisp is pretty much dying, and that's all they have, so Liquid has like 3 heroes that are farming, and Shadow Demon is the best support in the late game, I think. If he makes images, if he disrupts Tiny and makes images, the image that they can take him down.
Those will be a force against Dignitas if they can get that disruption on Tiny like you were talking about, so that'll be something interesting to see. Right now, both teams just kind of content to farm right now, especially with this Aegis still up on the Nyx, which should be gone relatively soon, I imagine, in about another minute and a half-ish, so Korok will have that gone for him. He's sitting on level 16 right now. Talked about the Helm of the Dominator pick for him. So it was sort of an action-packed little, early to mid-game, and now it's sort of a little bit more farm-oriented. And Necrobook. I saw Necrobook minions. I don't know from who, though. I might have been dominated, actually. I dominated the Necrobook units. You can do that, right? I'm assuming that's a thing. Anyways. Looks like Liquid will head down to the bottom lane right now. They've got a smoke going. They might be able to catch out somebody like Fogged. Gonna try to catch him out. Anyways, Fog is alone right now. He's gonna try to take these creep camps. Might blink away. There needs to be some lockdown though. Shackle Shot needs to fly immediately. There it goes. It's not gonna. Oh, it will latch the tree somehow, but the Power Shot does not fly. And he is gonna Sonic Wave. TC taking the brunt of that damage. Here comes AUI 2000 getting relocated. There's gonna be the mech as well. Not gonna save TC's life in the meantime. AUI 2000 trying to deal some more damage. Here's Korok. He's gonna open with the Basher, and AUI 2000 will go down. And now on the backside, Tides might be in some trouble here. Korok trying to catch up to him. He will, in fact, go down there. Korok getting the kill. Of course, with that, he dominated that Necro Warrior creep. That's how he got the kill on the backside. Weaver getting another kill, this time on the side of Bane. Still chasing the side of Universe. As you can see, Spike Carapace is up for him. Necronomicon, level 2. As you can see, Universe now trying to get out. There's the Impale. Might save his life just barely. And, in fact, does do so. So they will pick up 3 hero kills, however, and they can think about pushing a lane right now. So this Helm of the Dominator, the reason that they're picking this up is just to steal the Necrobook creeps, so, and it's working really well for them, surprisingly. At least I'm assuming that's what's going on. Because none of them have Necrobooks, so...
Okay, my internet just popped, but I'm back now.
Alright. Well, as
So
you
it
can see,
looks like Liquid, yeah.
a little bit of a
took
team
down
fight
quite a
through
few.
for Liquid.
And, ooh.
Oh, Korok is going to get
and grip
ulted
on
on right
Korok.
now. He's going to get disrupted. Nice disruption from Fluff. The neck flew off as well. Relocate coming in this time from the side of Tides, but no one else coming in right now. Korok now taking more damage. He's going to throw his armlet back on again. Universe trying to get the kill. There's the Impale and the Mana Burn, and there is no Aegis there. Korok will buy right back. AUI 2000 is going to go down again a second time. And
they just use Recall to get Korok back in the fight. Liquid's looking to hit the base while Tiny's dead right now.
absolutely, they can do so. They have all 5 up. They're waiting for the next creep wave. It is here. Fluff has like no mana, but that's all right. I expect trying to give out
and
those chakras.
you see the book 3 convert that Korok took with Helm of the Dominator. That's actually why he got it.
Yeah. I was talking about that while you were DCing. I was like, he stole it and he actually got a kill with it with on the side of Tides time. So Korok now. They're going to try to take this tower. Buyback coming in from the side of Universe, as you can see, and Shadow Demon will take that tower as well. They're going to try to push into the racks, and it is backdoored right now. As you can see, backdoor protection. They're waiting for the creep wave. They're trying to right-click it down. Not able to do so. The creep wave almost here. Lincoln Sphere going off on Bulba right now. Fog trying to go. Korok going to get hit up with that Shadow Strike. And the racks does take a bit of damage.
But it's going to live this time, because he's back in 8 seconds. But like I was saying, like Dignitas is like heavily reliant on this Tiny, and like Quap is the other hero that they rely on heavily. But like other than that, like they on the side of Team Liquid, they have a Weaver and they have a Nakes and they have a Windrunner, all that do a lot of right-click damage, and they can rely on all those heroes. They're much better geared for going into the late game than Dignitas is.
Especially when you consider that the Bulba has his Weaver, or his Weaver has the Monkey King bar right now finish up for him. He's also level 20, and he's got 2,000 gold in the bank as well. On top of that, I mean, just the plays with the Helm of the Dominator, getting the Necrobook creeps were so impressive. I mean, Korok was chasing Tides right about here, down here near the Tier 2 tower in the bottom lane, and he just took one of the Necrobook creeps that Tides had, or whoever had, and just turned it immediately on Tides, and Tides was not able to escape, whereas he might have if that didn't happen. So I gotta say, nice play from the side of Korok, and now it looks like they're going to try to go. Oh, Korok is getting initiated on here, and there's going to be a recall as well. Korok is in some trouble. He's actually going to get tossed back into a Fiend's Grip right now. Korok will go down. He has no buyback. He just used it. It's available in 246, and that is not what they wanted, but
No, that's horrible for Liquid right now. Dignitas is gonna get at least the tower, and maybe even go for base. Like Tiny just decimates buildings so hard that with the overcharge as well. Oh, so much damage coming out from Tiny, and they might even get racks here. Like they know Nakes doesn't have buyout because he bought out in that last fight.
yeah, this is going to be
Book
tough to
3
defend.
dies.
Blinding Light's going to hit, going to push them back for the time being. Illuminate flying out as well. Mike is trying his best to make sure this goes. Fog's going to get disrupted. Nice Shackle Shot onto Universe right now. Power Shot as well. Just trying to buy some time, and the tower is going to fall in just a moment. There is a fortification, however, which will buy even more time. 23 seconds until that Life Stealer is back up, and now Universe is going to get Demonic Purge. Shackle Shot not going to latch off. It's going to take some more damage. The Power Shot. Oh, he will go down from the Weaver. The bugs. And Disruption onto AUI 2000. Now those are going to hit hard. those illusions like you were talking about. Manta's gonna get popped
Yeah,
from
and
AUI 2000.
He actually just finished his Manta. He brought it over in the courier as well. But that tower is only 100 health, and that was a big win for Dignitas. It means that if they like win a fight, they could take mid, and they could even take like mid racks and then go top and take top racks as well, because the tower is so low.
Now, what's important to note is that Roshan is up, and I think this is probably where the next fight will be. You see TC's heading in there with the Lifestealer inside of him right now. So Korok will jump out and we'll try to take this Roshan, and then actually Dignitas is not looking for to really force this or anything.
Yeah.
But they might just head top with AUI and try to push that.
Well, they can. Korok and TC both converted one each, and they're just helping him with Roshan right now. And Liquid's gonna claim this quite easily.
Roshan has fallen to
And an Aegis on Lifestealer's up again. But at
Absolutely.
the same time, AUI took the top tower out, and yeah,
Exact-
it was successfully destroyed. So it was a better than nothing trade for Dignitas.
Absolutely. Realized they probably couldn't contest it. They head to the top lane, they take the tower, they back off. They got what they wanted. Now, like you said, though, there is that Lifestealer up with that Aegis on him, and that could be scary, so we'll have to see how that does pan out. He's also got his Basher. I mean, he hasn't gotten anything since that Basher and the Helm of the Dominator, but he's got 2,000 gold. A lot of that gold has been spent on buyback that he's had, so he'll probably continue to save for that for the time being, I'd imagine. Because even with that Aegis, you still might want to save for buyback just to try to win a fight. We'll have to see what they decide to do here, though. There is a smoke gang coming in from the side of Dignitas. They're going to try to find something with a wraparound here. They won't find anything in the jungle. They'd have to push past the tier 2 tower here in the mid lane to really look for something. Bulba is farming the ancient stack down here in the bottom lane, but he's actually going for a butterfly. He's got a talisman evasion on him, and so we'll have that very soon.
That's a great choice. The only way he'll pretty much die is if he gets stun locked and like hit hard by the Tiny. So that's what he has to look out for. But overall, he just wants to be able to fight Tiny 1 vs 1 on even ground, and that's what he's going for with the butterfly.
Absolutely. And yeah, it will be incredibly difficult to lock that guy down, especially with Shikuchi on top of the fact that he's got a Linken's, and if he gets a butterfly, like you said, he pretty much needs to get stun locked in order for him to go down. So we'll have to see if that if they can really fight Bulba. And really the side of Liquid 5-on-5. Now Liquid going to try to go into their own jungle. AUI 2000 is here. Recall coming in from Mike's Mike. They're going to continue to chase.
So fast with that Shadow Blade. Oh, and the Shackle
How did
just
that not
misses.
match? Yeah, that was close. And looks like they're going to stop chasing now, realizing that they cannot catch up to them. TPing down to the bottom lane because Fog is trying to push this tower.
Yeah, Dignitas is just split pushing right now. They aren't looking to engage in a 5 vs 5 fight or let Liquid engage in a 5 vs 5 fight by letting their lanes push out. Well, Nyx has the Aegis of Immortal, so
He still does have that, and he will have it for another few minutes. 4 minutes probably, counting down, I'd say right now. And now, Dignitas has been making their living in the opposing team's jungle right now, and they're not really afraid of being here. Nor should they, but TC is going to Shadow Blade in with that Nyx in him right now with that Infest going on, and he's going to try to find something. Way Too Sexy is going to cross his path, and they're thinking about going, but there's no follow-up from the rest of the side of Liquid, so seem to be in like a Mexican handoff here with no team really wanting to push into anything just yet.
Dignitas is waiting until Nyx's Aegis expires, which will be soon, I think. I think there's probably 3-4 minutes. I didn't actually get the timer. Because my internet's been acting up. But, yeah, it's probably got... Oh, you can actually see the Roshan timer. So, yeah, it's got 3 minutes left on it.
Yeah, they're going to wait for that, probably to really try to push in with that Tiny, who, by the way, now has that Manta. We talked about that already, Daedalus, as well as almost 5,000 gold in the bank. BKB is actually finished up for TC as well, so TC is a little bit more survivability. I want to check the graphs real quick because I haven't checked them in a while. 2,500 for experience now. Going to the side of Liquid, it's pretty even. 1,000 in gold. So this game is still very tight. This is probably the best you could ask for in this first game of the series. So
Yeah, and TC picked up his BKB a bit ago. So he now has a BKB. He can't get like bursted down instantly unless he gets like grip. But the problem is,
that's the big if there.
Yeah, Dignitas has so many people they need to grip. They have this Weaver with MKB that they need to worry about, and a Linken's. They have this Nyx that has been on the front of their minds, and they have this Windrunner who is also dealing a lot of damage in the fights, and the shackles are just primely important for Liquid because they don't really have any other stuns besides shackle. They have slow in Nakes, and that's pretty much it. They have disrupt, but that doesn't count as a stun, and yeah, it's important that TC lives.
Absolutely, very important. You talk about those shackle shots. He's been hitting a lot of them today. He's had a few misses, but for the most part, TC's been hitting them where it counts. And Mike is going to be able to recall in just a moment.
Yeah.
They will try to push this Rax and get this Rax right now. There's going to be a disruption on the Bulba, going to make him produce even more damage. They might try to glyph this and try to defend, I'd imagine. There it goes. And in fact, going to steal that one Necro Book creep. I'm going to try to continue to right-click this Korok's going to get impaled up. Still taking a bit of damage.
This is really what Dignitas wanted to avoid. That's why they were split pushing so much before. They wanted to avoid a situation where Liquid could just group up in 5-man.
In the meantime, though,
I think AUI is going to get this Rax. Yeah, he will.
He's trying to, and now TC is here with Fluff. BKB's going to fly. Disruption going in on the side of Tiny. He's going to get Soul Catcher as well. They will get the Rax, though, in the meantime, and they will back up. The Illusion's just doing so much damage, and that's going to be it. It's actually a melee Rax or melee Rax, I think.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
And it's a better trade for Dignitas as well, because Dignitas has the 2 outer tier towers up right now. So if they get in a situation like that again, then they're going to be able to claim top Rax quite easily.
And that's going to be the important thing. This is essentially a game of Raxes.
Ooh, and a butterfly pickup on AUI.
Oh boy, and that's going to be difficult for him to go down from now on, especially with that Mence cell, with the amount of damage that he deals as well. And especially if the Wisp is up, but the Wisp is down for 40 seconds, but Liquid isn't really doing much with this time. They really can't push in. They're just sitting in side lanes right now, trying to farm, trying to get some semblance of farm going right now. So it's just still a very close game, but you talked about, I think, going late game. Do you still think that Weaver and Nate's probably outcarries this Tiny at this point?
Yes and no. It's hard to say for that. Like, Tiny is an absolute beast, but the thing is that, like, on Dignitas, like, there's the Tiny and the Quap that are, like, farmed. Everyone else is quite poor. Like, Quap has a Shiva, a Necro Book, and an Eggs, and a Sheepstick and 400 gold, so she's really farmed. The Tiny has, he's gonna be maxed, and if they get maxed, then, like, there's a lot of room on Liquid for the Windrunner to pick up new items. Like, she has 2k in the bank, and there's also the Weaver who has 2k right now, and he can pick up like a couple more items, and the Nakes can pick up a couple more items as well, and he has a Bashers. It's just that there's more farm allocation on more heroes.
Speaking of the Nakes, he actually picked up his Abyssal Blade, and they were trying to go on Fog right now. Fog might be in some trouble. He's going to blink away Shiva's Guard as well. He'll be fine. TP coming in from AUI 2000. Might want to keep chasing. Thinking about it? No, not going to happen.
Yeah.
An interesting statistic I want to point out is that the net worth for AUI is 25,000 right now, whereas the Weaver, the next person closest on the Dire side, is only 18,000. So AUI is leading quite heavily in terms of what he's got in terms of items as well as gold, and he's going to back off with the side of Tides of Time. Now they're actually going to think about fighting here. They've got 4 down here, 5 actually, and waiting is TC up on the top lane right now. Could possibly get recalled from Ix Mike in about 15 seconds, so they should back off, and Bulba will do so for the time being.
Yeah, and that Korok Bulba combination gank that just went on, it was incredibly close to getting fogged. Korok popped out and he tried to Abyssal her, but he didn't get it off. If he did get it off, she would have died for sure there. And you need both those heroes alive for fights on the Dignitas side. You need both the Tiny and the Quap alive because they have so much of the farm on Dignitas side. They have the majority of it, whereas like Liquid has it split more evenly with Windrunner, Nakes, and Weaver.
Absolutely. And now we're going to see group heading up from the side of Liquid. They're going to try to push bottom and take that tier 2. But in the meantime, you see a smoke coming up from the side of Dignitas, and the rest of the heroes trying to push out the top lane. And they maybe can take this Rax. I mean, there's no glyph available. And by the time Liquid TP's in, I think this Rax is already gone, I'd imagine. Oh no, Smite is going to get initiated. There's going to be the Fiend's Grip as well as the Vendetta opening from the side of Universe, and that's going to be not good. AUI 2000 coming in. He's going to get disrupted, though, by Fluff immediately. Looking for this rack, so AUI 2000 is going to get shackled up. Nice shackle from TC. He's going to get X up, though. There's the Sonic Wave. TC is taking a bit of damage. He's got his BKB, but he's going to go down. TC will buy back immediately. Here comes Korok, and trying to take down AUI 2000. He's sleep right now. Korok is going to go. AUI 2000, very low in health. On the backside, double kill for the side of Fog. Korok is going to back up. Avalanche going to miss. And now they're trying to back off. Bulba wants this kill desperately. He's trying to get at least one. There's the Ghost Scepter. Time Lapse going to fly out as well, and Fog going to back out as well. So they don't take the racks, but they get a few kills in the meantime. But AUI has to actually back because he is too low.
That was a great fight coming out from Dignitas. They killed Shadow Demon rather early on. And we just see the minions, or the creeps, well, we just see the creeps pushing in range barracks.
League of Legends.
Yeah. No.
Did you play a lot of League of Legends paint?
No, I watched my friends play it.
Invisibility.
Yeah, they have Lancelot, and
Well,
I can't handle that. I've been staying away from computer games.
it's just like, I don't understand why I would play League of Legends. I would much prefer Dota, but I mean, there are certain things that I do find adorable about it, like the ARAM mode is always nice, but now that that's added in Dota, I might just do that instead.
I have to talk in their language when I like hang out with them and they're playing, so I get used to it.
Oh, Vitality booster now for the Weaver and the Reaver.
Yeah, it's just a fight at Roshan right now.
Yeah, they're thinking about, I mean, he's up.
It's posturing.
Yeah. And I think the heart is actually finished up for Weaver. It's Bulba's going to have that fly out to him right now, and that's going to be pretty nice to have. And Liquid is going to head into the pit right now. They're going to try to take this. They have the they had the Necrocorpian. It's dead now, as you can see, and they're going to put it out for the time being. They're just waiting here, thinking about doing it. Bulba's going to continue to push out this bottom lane in the meantime.
Yeah, Bulba's so hard to kill right now. He has a heart and a Linken's, and he has Talisman of Evasion. He wasn't going the Butterfly before. He just picked up the Talisman because it's so cost effective against Tiny, who doesn't have an MKB.
Absolutely.
25% of miss. He's really hard to kill. I'm gonna be surprised if he dies at all the rest of this game.
Well, we will find out. The conclusion is coming soon. They're gonna try to hit up the Roche pit right now. Liquid's gonna head in there, and no observer wards here, I don't think, for the Radiant side, but there is that sentry. They have to know that something's happening right now, and they're gonna try to take this down as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, grouping up top, do you see sending the illusions up into the top lane?
And Dignitas doesn't know where they are. They think that they might be smoke ganking, or else Dignitas would be pushing into the base right now. And they are going for it right now. They're gonna go for the racks, and Glyph is up on the Scourge side.
They're going to back off now, realizing that they can't do anything with that Glyph up, since they will get relocated in just about a second, and they will head back a little bit further into the lane. And nice job by the side of Liquid. They were able to take up the Aegis, and now they've got that going for them.
Yeah, Roshan.
That's exactly what they needed. And I want to check the grass really quick. 2,500 experience going the side of Dignitas. Gold, about 3,000 as well. So, I mean, this has been a back and forth affair.
Yeah. And we have another Aegis picked up on Lifestealer. And Dignitas, it's been the story of the game for the last like 15, 20 minutes. That Dignitas can't fight 5 versus 5. And it gets even worse with the cheese and the Aegis picked up. I actually don't know who has the cheese.
Oh,
it's TC.
TC has the cheese? Yes, he does. So we'll have that going for him in case he gets focused down again, like he did previously. The last fight at the Raxes. Bulba's going to continue to farm the jungle. He's almost level 25. He's almost max level. 30k in terms of net worth for the Tiny, who has a Satanic. He's got Boots of Travel. He's maxed right now, so this is ridiculous.
Yeah. I've seen this before. Like I've seen many Dignitas games where he gets maxed out, and he's like the only farmed one on his team. And that's what I was worried about. Like, at the end of the day, they can't win a team fight with a max Tiny. At this point. Ooh.
Now,
I'm way too
they
sexy.
might be in some trouble. In fact, we'll go down, yeah. Lifestealer's going to get that kill on the backside. We see Universe is trying to get out of there. He actually just used Vendetta. He's got Ghost Scepter if he needs it, but he should be fine. Fog can get out of here as well pretty quickly. And so they'll take that Bane pickup, which will be nice, and maybe they'll try to push something out. And they're going to try to push out this, well, actually, AUI is actually going to come in here with his Boots of Travel, push in the bottom lane, which only has the one Rax, the ranged Rax available.
Yeah, and not getting any stronger, whereas like Weaver and I talked about this earlier, Weaver, Windrunner, and Nakes, they can all get much stronger. They have many more items they can get before being max, and like Tiny's a great carry because he's like great with his maxed items, but he also farms a lot faster, especially with the Wisp, than a lot of other heroes.
Absolutely. I mean, you get that tree up on him with that Aghanim Scepter, and we saw it with that Chrysalis too, and the Wisp is just like
like he has 539 CS right now. It's insane.
His GPM is just sitting at a cool 667. Nice number. Especially for the start that he had. His start wasn't like he didn't have freeform or anything in the beginning of the game. It was a pretty tough time that he had, so.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's the power of Tiny. You can just, especially with Wisp, like you can just farm anywhere on the map at any time.
Yeah, absolutely. Try to take this tier 2 tower. The illusion's doing so much damage.
Okay. I just heard a claw bolt and I couldn't see anything. She has her sheep stick now and she has 3.5k. What's for the next item she can get? Not sure what she wants to go here. Some extra like right click damage wouldn't hurt in the form of like an MKB. Because they do need it. They're relying so heavily on the Tiny right now.
Way too sexy. He's got an Invis rune on the backside, maybe looking for something. Meanwhile,
yeah, he was spotted and pinged.
Yep, they said, oh, he's got that.
Fluff. He has a blink dagger. Wait, why? What?
How did he not kill Fluff? What? He tried to TP out AUI 2000 now. It's trouble. He's gonna get Demonic Purge right now. Oh, this could be trouble. Bulba's coming in with the Weaver right now, doing a lot of damage. AUI 2000 is gonna go down for sure. That's a kill for Bulba right there.
Did you see how much those tiny illusions did? That's what I was talking about with Shadow Demon Disrupt. It's just so much damage, especially when a hero like Tiny is maxed out and just he did so much damage to himself. But I'm surprised AUI didn't see him there.
Yeah, I thought for like he was standing right on top of him. It's just like what? Wait, what? What are you thinking? Regardless, they actually will get the Rax though. They will get that range Rax in the bottom lane, despite Liquid's best efforts. And now they're sending the Necrobook creeps through the mid lane. Oh, Fluff, very close to going down from that Necrobook warrior.
And AUI, he does have buyout, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely does. He's got 2,800 gold in the bank. Buyback is ready for him if necessary. Liquid's going to try to push this top lane. TC might get recalled here in just a moment. I think that Ix might just use it, so on 2-second cooldown, he'll recall him again. They're maybe trying to push this tier 3 in Rax if they can go for it here. There is a glyph available if they want it on the side of Dignitas. And looks like they're going to try to go. Shackle Shot will lash the anti time right now. Fog might get initiated on. He's going to blink away. Quark will use his Infest. Disruption going. Fog taking a bit of damage right now. Bulba's going to be sheathed up, as you can see. Mech's going to fly as well. Way too sexy. He's going to go down. And AUI is not buying back just yet. He's waiting 5 seconds to get back into the game. Korok taking damage. He still has that Aegis, so he should be okay, even if he does go down. The fortification is going to fly. Korok will go down. The Aegis is used, but he will be back up to full in just a second. They're going to try to take this Rax. If they can get it, that would be very good. Fluff taking some damage from the Avalanche right now. Soul Catcher going as well. The Illusion's doing a bit of damage as well. Bulba on the backside. They're chasing Korok, taking some more damage. AUI 2000 is going to split himself with the Manta style. Korok getting cleaved. Bulba is as well. Ix Mike going down. AUI 2000 just doing too much damage. It's an ultra kill for AUI 2000.
Obliterated that fight.
That was huge, and man.
And we see 5 buyouts instantly from Liquid. That's what kind of game this turned into.
That was too much, man. Too much damage from AUI 2000 with that Satanic. He popped that Satanic charge, he popped his Manta Style, and he just went crazy. He killed 4 out of the 5 heroes possible, getting that ultra kill, and AUI 2000 is going to try to set his sights on the top Raxus here. However, the buybacks did come from the side of Liquid right now. Paws coming out from the side of Ix Mike.
Yeah, they were all just lined up. So many people were getting cleaved on the side of Liquid because they all aimed him. Like, he was getting stunned. Like, AUI was getting stunned up and stun locked at first, but with the Abyssal and Nakes, but then he just didn't get stunned, and he turned on his Satanic, started cleaving everyone, got back up to full health, and everything just died.
It was just like, all right, things are looking bad for AUI 2000. Then suddenly Satanic pop and it's just like, oh, he's just gonna get an ultra kill. I guess that's fine, and he just kills everybody. So, and then the immediate buyback from everybody on the side of Liquid, and like you talked about, and that is the type of game that this is, and it's become a very close game too. The XP graph is pretty much even right now. Gold is relatively even, so even after that ultra kill for the side of AUI 2000, it's still anybody's game right now, I'd have to say. But that last fight did not help the side of Liquid, for sure.
And we have a pause coming out. Who paused, by the way? Oh,
Mike.
it's Ike's mic. Alright. But yeah, Korok just died and he bought out, and he still has 5k, so he has pretty much enough gold for his next item. I wonder what it's going to be.
I am not sure myself. He's got that Abyss already on him, so I do want to see what he wants to pick up here. I really can't. I'm not sure. Maybe like something like a Mjolnir or an AC, because I don't think they have that yet, and I think an AC would be okay. Maybe.
I'm kind of leaning towards like an MKB. I'm not sure if more health is going to do much for him. Like I'm thinking a Satanic or an MKB, or maybe even a Heart would be good. MKB would allow him to hit through Tiny's Butterfly, which is really key, I think.
Absolutely.
It's much needed, but at the same time, I'm not sure how much like health Heart would provide, like if it would be that beneficial to him, because he wants to be able to like 1v1 Tiny pretty much, and during Rage, I think he can. So.
Getting that MKB would be pretty nice. I completely forgot that they had a Tiny with a Butterfly. I just keep thinking about the Weaver with his Talisman of Evasion, and I was just like, for some reason I want to think that he's the one that has the Butterfly, but in all actuality it's the Tiny, which is never a good thing.
TC's farm has actually fallen off a lot. He's dying in these team fights. He got the BKB like, I want to say 15-20 minutes ago, and since then he's only farmed up another ultimate orb, because there's been a lot of like grouping, and you don't want to get like smoke ganked right now or picked off, because if you do, then they're just going to be able to take racks. So he hasn't been able to farm that much, but they really need that sheep stick. If they can get a sheep stick up on TC, then this Tiny will be able to be focused down very easily. And Dignitas, with newfound confidence after winning that fight in their base, is looking to push maybe a second set of racks here.
Oh, and there goes the Necro Books, and yeah, they want this, and they should be able to take this here. It's going to be a tough fight, but you see them damaged, and all on the backside coming in. If you're going to be the Infest going into Korok, is just going hard on Bane. Bane is going to Ghost Scepter, barely surviving for the time being. There's going to be the ult, but he will go down. Fluff getting the kill with the Demonic Purge. Meanwhile, on the backside, Tiny's going to get the kill on the Shadow Demon. Korok taking too much damage from AUI 2000. AUI trying to barely get a score. Korok going to go down. AUI going to get the kill. It's double kill for him. Now they're going to continue chasing, and Fog looking for TC, looking for Bulba. Bulba going to take a bit of damage. He's going to Shikuchi away, and they're going to try to take these racks now. And especially with Korok down, he does not have enough. Well, I think buyback is actually not ready. And
yeah, buyback's not ready. He spent his gold on a Heaven's Halberd, which he used there, but Tiny still just waited it out and killed him after. And AUI is claiming mid racks, and Fog is claiming top racks, and they have mega creeps now, so.
Yeah, this should be, I think the end. Ix Mike is going to go down to Fogged right here. This is a well-played game so far, but I think Dignitas might be able to take this if they can continue to get these Raxes. And there's going to be another kill for the side of AUI 2000. And Shackle Shot will latch, and Power Shot's going to fly. Not doing a whole lot. Bulba trying to right-click him down, but Bulba taking some more damage from AUI 2000. TC going to get right-clicked. AUI 2000 is going to get that kill, and Bulba now going to go in a one-on-one battle. There's going to be time lapse. Fluff's going to come in with a disruption, as well as the Soul Catcher is going to fly. AUI might back off here. He's got no mana. Fog going to come in as well. Screamer Pain hitting. AUI 2000 actually taking a lot of damage. He's going to use his Satanic though, and there he goes. Bulba's going to go down, and that's going to be, well, all the Raxes are gone. The tier 4 is gone. All the tier 4s are gone, and now they're just going to call GG. And that's going to be it for us for game number 1. What a game this was, I got to say. It was a very fun game. Once again, I am Maut.
Oh yeah.
With me is Paint.
The fight in the base just summed up the game. But
absolutely.
Great game.
Tiny, played by AUI 2000. Ridiculous. Thanks for joining us, guys. We're going to get into the next game real quick. We'll be right back.
can't believe it.